March 2nd, 2026. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. What are we going to talk about? Kansas City, Independence, Missouri. We're going to talk about crime. We're going to talk about drugs, and we're going to talk about the homeless. Now, do you think all that stopped here in Kansas City? Oh, definitely not. And we're going to be showing a few things here. Just over the weekend, up here at 40 Highway in Chrysler, this 7-Eleven, it is a main hub. But Sunday morning, me and my son, we was going to go get some breakfast. And they had a homeless, they had some druggies going across there, they had a PITBULLS, they were walking across the property. And then there was a guy that was standing out in front with this car out in front of 7-Eleven with an expired temp tag on it. Oh yeah, guys, not good. What are they doing? Well, that stuff's moving. So this morning, Monday morning, when I went up there was another vehicle was sitting off to the back side. They like sitting off to that back side. They're not doing, like meeting up to sell something. Sometimes there's places where people do meet up. But why would you go to a place like this? It's notorious for bad things. Okay? I don't know. Anybody's got any common sense doesn't want to get in those situations like that. But maybe they don't have common sense. And then there used to be this outer pump. Used to be bikers sitting there. They weren't getting just gas. They were just sitting there to deal stuff. So this morning there was there's like a big Chevy Suburban or Escalade or something. I think it was Suburban. But it was sitting at the pump, and when I pulled up to the light waiting to go through it pulled up and then it set. Now it wasn't sitting there to just wait to get out because of traffic. It was sitting there. And then I just love the ones where they put the license plate up in the windshield. Those are supposed to be mounted. Missouri's got tags on both front and back. But, to put them in the windshield so you can take those down real quick if you're doing something dirty, then, not good. And then like I say, I was filming it. And boy, they took off 90 mile an hour, went across there in front. And I thought, yeah, they did it again. So let's take a look at that. And I had one other little thing. If I get time, I'll show it to you too. I was over here, another one. It's funny that these people that don't have no license plates, or they have expired temp tags, or they have no tags at all on these vehicles, are the same repeat like ones that are moving the drugs over and over. And you would think that the police would be able to stop that. I don't know. It just seems, strange. I guarantee you, if I was driving down the road here, I bet in 20 seconds I'd get stopped. But how come they're not getting stopped? There was a car that pulled out on 23rd Street off to the side of me this morning at a pretty good high rate of speed. And he came over and he was a little aggressive. And I'm not kind of the person that just backs down. I don't back down. And the thing of it is, it was kind of funny. He gets behind me. But this thing, it didn't have a license plate on it. I must show that. Just another thing. It's a crazy deal, but these people are the ones that are causing the problems out there. So hold on, guys. Okay, guys, what are we looking at here? Well, I'm going to take my cursor and show you here real quick. We got this homeless. It's pushing something here. And this is that. Well, this is one of those, like down here off, there's a guy got one of these buildings down here back behind Salvador's. And remember I told you guys about these cars going in and out. This guy looks like he's building these like little race cars, like these little, I don't know if they're Audis, Hondas, whatever. But if you look over here, this is like one of these, okay? And it's got a spoiler on the back. But it's got a temp tag. Looked like to me, what I could see from it now, it looked like it was expired. And this guy's standing out here in front. Well, he's not going in and out to get anything. What's he doing? No, because this is how they deal their drugs. They move the stuff. Now, over here, like I say, this is a homeless. But then I'm gonna advance this a little bit here. You see this? I got it in slow-mo. But then we got a pit bull here, walking the pit bull along. Oh man! And in the last week and a half, I have come across about 30 pit bulls. Now, why would that be? What are these people? See, to cause chaos, you want to cause chaos, and if you're moving those drugs and stuff, it's a good way to do it. Now, sure, people have pit bulls as pets. I wouldn't have one as a pet. I wouldn't have a Rottweiler. I wouldn't have a pit bull. There's people who get killed all the time with them. And I actually had a neighbor. I'm not much of a dog person. I had a couple of dogs in my lifetime. I had a poodle and I had a wire hair terrier. But I like cats. There's a couple teachers down the street here, a couple of houses down, way back. You know what they had? They had a black panther. Now, they only let it out at night. It was about the size of about a young German Shepherd. But it was, yeah. But it was a real black panther. And they kept it hid so people didn't see it. But they let it out at nighttime. And I was thinking, man, but this stuff here. Now, I bet if you went up here and you seen if this had tags on this dog, I bet it don't. I haven't seen any dogs that have any license tags here in Independence here. On top of that, but what it is, it's drugs. It's they use them for protection, and we had one out here in front that they were strapping the drugs to the dog and transporting it that way, letting the dog go from one vehicle to the next, and it got shot and killed out in front on my street here. And the guy said, "You got my effing dog killed. You got your drugs and stuff." Well, I mean, that's Kansas City. That's Independence, Missouri. But this was Sunday morning. This was yesterday. Yesterday morning here. This was about 10 o'clock in the morning here at 7-Eleven here. Now, isn't that insane, guys? That's crazy, man. But I wanted to show that. And like this guy here, well, we all walk up and go to 7-Eleven and we stand in front of our cars for, hours for no reason at all. That's the place to be. Well, that's weird. No, that's not weird. That's how they're dealing with drugs, and they're not stopping them. They're letting them keep on moving that stuff. So let's get on to this. I want to show this other deal here real quick too from this morning when I went through. So hold on. Okay, and one other thing, guys. I just wanted to show this. A few days back, I was at a Home Depot. And what you're looking at over here is another pit bull. Now, this ain't a service dog. And, I can't imagine. They used to not let animals in these places unless they were service dogs, And why would that be? Now, these are two employees. They were just chit-chatting. This guy probably even works there. Maybe he works there at Home Depot down here. But isn't that something? Because, see, the problem begins that there's a liability. So say, okay, this guy works here. And say this dog, right now, was real friendly. He was a friendly looking little dog. But all of a sudden, it gets aggressive. It gets scared from something. Or just say maybe something falls on one of the shelves. And say there's a kid or there's a person walking by and it bites them. Well, now, Home Depot allowed this dog to be in here. So a lawyer can say, okay, you guys weren't providing, you didn't check this at the door. Was this a service dog, for one thing? Because then, now in this day and age, they do allow them in. But if it wasn't, and I don't see no tags on this dog either. So has it been vaccinated? Has it had its rabies shots? Okay. Just, I want to make that point because the laws are not being followed here in Kansas City. They're not being followed here in Independence, Missouri. But I wanted to show that here. Now, hold on. Oh, yeah, guys, this was the one, just last week here, somebody was just letting romp around out in front of my front yard. It took a leak on one of my evergreens out here. Well, that don't look too good, does it, guys? Well, that's Kansas City. That's Independence, Missouri. And then, just like we had a guy just killed here just about a week and a half ago. It was his friend's dog. Cops had to shoot it, put it down. Well, how do you value a dog's life over a human's life? So you're saying a human's life isn't as important as a dog, it's not as important as a dog. I mean, I think we got some problems here mental. These people here are not firing on all cylinders, buddy. So hold on. Okay, guys. Now, this is this morning. This is this morning when I went through here. And this was around, let's see, it'd been about, let me think here for a second. It'd be about 8:30. About 8:30 a.m. in the morning here. So we got this white SUV sitting here on this back side over here. Man, oh man. And then what do you think we got up here? This vehicle, originally, I'm sitting at the light. But look where it's sitting. Now, it's not trying to pull out. It's not trying to pull out. Just sitting there. Well, isn't that something? Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven and their drugs there, man, because this is the place to get it. This is where you do it. But then I'm gonna advance this. I want to go ahead and advance this just a little bit more. So I want you guys to see. See, I mean, they don't care, man. They're brave, man. I mean, it's like, hey. And as you can see, as I get my cursor up here, well, look at that handy-dandy license plate up here. Well, man. But they weren't happy that I was sitting there. See, I was sitting there at the red light. No, I don't drive through the red lights like some of them do. But, oh, man. Now, is that a joke or what, guys? Now, hold on. I want to get one more. I try to lighten it just there for you guys a little bit. The trailer hitch on back, too. Hold on. Yeah, it's about as best as I can do. That's not good, guys. But now, hold on. Okay, guys. This guy's a winner. Oh, this is okay. So I'm getting down here, drop my son off down here by his work off 291 and 23rd. And I want you guys to see this car come out. This is over here at Casey's. Okay, it's coming off that side street. Man, I mean, this guy, he's pumping it, man. I mean, look at that smoke even coming out the tailpipe. But let's see if I can just roll this back just a hair. What is that? What is that? Is that a temp tag there? Holy smokes. I don't know, guys. Now, let's check the front of this, too. Now, hold on just a second. Now, hold on. Well, now, this is the front of this car. And look at the license plate on this. It says shop at McCarthy.com. Man. Interesting. What do you think, guys? And like I say, all these people like this, oh, they're all, man, they like doing those drugs and stuff, man. They, it's crazy, but we're going to go ahead and watch this for a second. He just kept on coming. I just stay on my white line. I mean, he wants to buy me a new car. Sure, that'll work. So let's see what he did behind. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. All right, guys, so let's take a look at this. So you go following behind me. That's how I got the other, like I say. But isn't it interesting? All these people, they never pay taxes on anything. And like I say, they drive around, no car insurance usually. Well, why do they need, you think they're going to buy car insurance just to pay, if they're not going to pay their taxes to buy their license plates? And this guy, he gets up here and he turns there with old, kind of in between where old Burger King and Oh, God, I'm trying to think of the other one there. Or that new convenience store they built. What's interesting, though, about this, I was looking at that windshield. I tried it. Usually you can see through them. This one's dark and really dark. See, by law, you're not supposed to have that front windshield. An officer is supposed to be able to walk up and see through that front. Now, hold on. All right, I had to go to the next segment here. He's turning in there. That intersection. I don't know. So when I dropped my son off at this parking lot up here by La Fuente's, I want to show you guys something. Hold on. All right, guys. So I get up in the parking lot, drop my son off over there where he works at. And I had to, like I said, get out of my car. I want to check my antifreeze and stuff. But when I get out, on the ground, there's this piece of metal that's laying there. Now, man, can you see that going in somebody's tires? See if I can lighten this up a little bit. That's kind of dark. There, it's a little bit better. Look at that, guys. Anytime I see stuff like that, I don't care if it's nails, metal, whatever. I mean, as long as there's not, 20 pieces laying on the ground, I just pick the stuff up and I pitch it later because you never know. I mean, you don't want that going in your tire. You sure don't want to go in anybody else's tire. But that was over in the parking lot over here. Crazy stuff, man. So we'll do one more take on this here. That was Pitbull up at 7-Eleven. There's a guy pushing something, whatever. And there's a guy there standing by his vehicle with a look like an expired temp tag just standing there. Well, I wonder what they're moving. I don't know, guys. Not good. They brought in the dogs. Who let the dogs out? So hold on, guys. All right, guys, we'll wrap her up. Just wanted to show that. Coming in Kansas City, don't want to be going up there to that 7-Eleven. I guess not unless you're a druggie. And if you're a druggie, I guess that's where you want to be so you can buy your stuff. But a lot of stuff, lots of changes going on up there. A lot of stuff moving. And it just keeps on moving. You know, they can't stop. I mean, not good. Not good at all. And, man, I've been seeing a lot more cars out there, too, still on these temp tags. I cannot get over. Now, I know it's supposed to dwindle down, but one other thing real quick. You know, that they were I thought they were only supposed to let a 30-day. Now, I thought there was an extension they could pay extra for 60 or something. But I noticed at the beginning of the year here that there was cars that already seemed like they were way far ahead. So I don't know if some of these tags have been phonied up and they printed their own tags off or whatever. Maybe that's what they're doing now. I don't know. But something else the police should be looking at here because there's some bad stuff going on. And it just keeps going on. Anyway, guys, this is Kansas City. This is Independence, Missouri. Keep your eyes open and stay safe out there.